So yesterday I mentioned that I had another problem with a motel that I had booked and was staying in. This is the Quality Inn in Luray, and I had to leave the motel because their cleaning habits were far from adequate. The problem that I had with the Quality Inn, when I went to the room, the first thing that I'm doing now is checking the room to see if it's okay. I was especially tired yesterday morning because I hadn't slept well, so I went in and I looked at the toilet, and it looked like someone had either trimmed their beard or buzzed their hair, because there was these small little hairs all over the toilet. So because I was just so tired, I just kind of took a towel and wiped it off, and I was like, I can deal with this. This is not a big deal. And I went downstairs, I had breakfast, and then I went and I did my laundry. And then I came back to my room, and I was just gonna lay down on the bed for a minute and check things out on the internet. So I pulled back the sheets, and this is what I found. So from that point, I just went, that's it. I can't do this anymore. I'm out of here. I have to go somewhere else. And I went downstairs and I talked to the manager, and I was very nice, and the manager was very nice, and I showed him the video, and immediately he was like, oh, this is not acceptable. I totally understand. They wanted to show me another room. And I was pretty much wanting to leave. But I agreed that if I got to see the room first, that maybe I would consider staying. So they actually showed me 3 more rooms, and each one had an issue. Not a big thing, but all of it just pointed to that their housekeeping policies were not very up to par. So I left. I went from the Quality Inn to the Mimslin Inn, and this is what it looks like. It's a huge jump in price. It's not ridiculously expensive, and I ended up getting a nice little cottage or cabin, whatever you want to call it, and it has a great porch to sit on, which was really the big selling feature, so that I could get a little outside air. And it's open and spacious. And Oomph is coming today, and I just couldn't put her in that place down here. I don't know what her comfort level is. So I had to leave, and it was mostly for her sake. But in all honesty, I have decided that I just can't stay in the low-end motels anymore. I can put myself through it, but I don't have to. I can afford something a little bit more, so I'm not staying in places that are under $100 any longer. But I do have to clarify that excludes hostels. I actually really think I have better luck at hostels, and I think they have more incentive to keep their places top-notch clean. The Quality Inn, I was talking to them about this. They've said that ever since COVID, they've had a really hard time finding good housekeeping. And I completely understand that. I'm not blasting the Quality Inn. I do think that COVID is a big problem for them right now, or was a big problem for them. Continues to be. But the hostels are often run by volunteers who want to be there, and there's more incentive for them to keep their places clean. I would say 90% plus of their business is from hikers, and if word gets out that those places are not worth staying at because of some kind of unsanitary condition, they're gonna lose their business and they would probably have to shut down. Whereas, you know, low level motels in a town like this will stay open because people are always going to be passing through and will stop there. So I'm probably going to start staying more at hostels more again. And really the only reason that hasn't happened up until this point is because the few that I've come to recently don't have any private rooms, or they haven't had any available when I've come through. I just really have a strong desire to not sleep like a crayon in a crayon box. Not staying in the main part of the hotel, but this is what it's like. I do have I have access to all of the assets or amenities of the hotel, and I have a little cabin around to the left here, which I will show you later. But right now I'm down here because it's time for breakfast. Just finished up at the Continental breakfast. It was coffee, cereal, some muffins, and quiche and fruit. Pretty good. It was free, which is always a nice thing. And now we're making our way back up to the cabins. We're gonna get going on our vlogs for the day. It's supposed to rain this afternoon, but we'll see if that happens. I'm letting it rain all at once today. And then when Oops comes, it looks like the next 4 days are now going to be beautiful. It was supposed to rain on Wednesday, but now they're going to be cooler temps. Might be a little chilly tomorrow night. It's supposed to get down to 38. My bag is only rated to 30 degrees. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, we're just going to kick back and enjoy the afternoon. I'm looking forward to sitting on the front porch and just really getting in some recovery time. Just up past all of the cottages is this nice little park area. I could even go for just laying in a hammock for a little while. That looks really cozy. Oh wow, they even provide you fire for the fire pit. That's really nice. So looks like there are 7 cabins here. So there's a couple more up here. That one's really nice and private. These are really cute cabins. Little tiny houses. This is just another angle of the cabins. I'm staying in the yellow one. Ready to see the inside? Let's go. Looking forward to enjoying some time out here. So this is the main living area. Little kitchenette. Nice full-size bathroom. And then the bedroom. Much better than the Quality Inn. And it wasn't crazy expensive. Obviously on the higher price range, but considering that it's an entire cabin with a little outdoor area, I'm quite happy with it. I've dug myself out of my little cave and I am heading down into the heart of Luray. I spied a little coffee shop yesterday that had paninis and I love them. So I'm gonna go down and get some lunch. It's 11:30, 11:45. When I was down there yesterday, it was much later, and they told me it was going to be a 45-minute wait for food. So I'm hoping that I can get something a little bit faster today. I'm just going to show you some of the town. This is the other hotel that I was trying to get into, but they never bothered to call me back. It's definitely a bougie place. Let's see how lucky I get with getting a table and some quick service. Dad, this one's for you. A root beer float. I'm gonna enjoy this. Love a good grilled cheese. This is the moment you've been waiting for. I would like to formally and officially introduce my very good friend who's going to be hiking with us for the next 5 days. Here's Oomph.
I made it.
She made it. She just flew into Dulles, landed at like 4 o'clock.
Sounds good.
And after all of the rigmarole, it's now 6:30 and she is here. She is officially hiking the AT.
And I would like to say that when I arrive and start hiking, the rain stops and the sun comes out and it's perfect weather.
Oh yeah, no, don't worry about that.
Perfect.
I put in an order for sunshine for 4 days and it will happen.
It's going to be a good time.
All right, we're going to go eat. We'll see you later. And we just had another great meal at the Speakeasy restaurant. And my belly is nice and full and I'm hydrated and I'm ready for a good night's sleep. And tomorrow morning, Oomph and I are getting picked up at 6 a.m. and we'll be back on the trail, hopefully by 6:15, ready to rock out some miles. I'm actually really excited to have some company with me for the next 4 or 5 days. It's just gonna change things up and I am hoping that it's gonna push me along. We have some big mile markers coming up. We have some exciting attractions ahead. So stay tuned and we'll see you all on the trail tomorrow. Good night, everyone.